And Stephen Aden is the Chief Legal Officer at Americans United for Life, and he joins us now. Stephen, thanks so much for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Stephen, a big day Thursday for Judge Brett Kavanaugh as he gets ready to testify. Ahead of that, do you think that he is getting fair treatment here from the media? There's a lot of talk about innocent until proven guilty. Is he getting that?
I don't think he's getting fair treatment from the media at all. I think they are bending over backwards to accommodate the Democratic Party's talking points on this nomination. Look at the way that even unsubstantiated allegations that Dr. Ford has brought, and by the way, I don't doubt that she was terribly abused at some point, but she can't even remember when or where it was. Those would not pass muster in any court of law, and yet they're considered sufficient to hold another hearing before the Senate Judiciary Committee. Every woman who has credible allegations, I believe, deserves the right to be heard. But I do think that when her story is told before the public on Thursday, that it just won't hold water.
Yeah. Do you think this complicated situation, Stephen, is made even more complex in this whole Me Too era? These women are bringing very serious allegations.
It does make it more complex because it's important to separate the fact from the fiction. The fact is that many women experience harassment in school, in the workplace, elsewhere. And I am glad to see more and more women willing to stand up and face their accusers. But when you have that taken to the extreme by certain forces on the Democratic side, certain members of the media, so that to this point you have an unsubstantiated series of allegations in the New Yorker magazine by somebody who admits that she was very drunk. It took her 6 days, she said in the New Yorker, to sort through her memory and come up with the conclusion that it was Brett Kavanaugh who did this abominable thing to her. And there are no corroborating witnesses by the New Yorker's own admission. They interviewed 17 people trying to get somebody to corroborate her story and could not find a single one. Then, in my estimation, you've gone too far. There is due process in America still. The process that is due Judge Kavanaugh is to respect his lifelong career, establishing an impeccable reputation as a brilliant jurist, as a strong man of faith, a family man, a husband, father, coach, all these things that he has built a lifetime toward. And now to see it threatened by irresponsible allegations in the media that are not even before the Senate Judiciary Committee right now really does make you wonder if anybody would be willing to go through this for the sake of higher office.
Yeah, it does seem like the two sides are becoming, wider and wider. The gap between them is becoming wider and wider. This is played out in a very partisan way. What is your take on that, Stephen?
Yeah, my take on that is that Democrats are becoming more and more desperate to stop Judge Kavanaugh from getting on the Supreme Court because they know that Roe versus Wade may be at stake. They know that here is a jurist who doesn't care what people think, obviously, and this whole process has made that super clear. He really cares what the truth is. He will stand up to powerful forces. In my view, he may be a justice who would erode or even overturn the so-called fundamental right to destroy human life that the Supreme Court found in Roe versus Wade in 1973. So the silver lining in all of this may be that we're seeing what kind of a man, what kind of a judge Brett Kavanaugh really is. I'm liking what I see, frankly.
Stephen, final question for you. Do you think Judge Brett Kavanaugh's career can survive these allegations regardless of if he's confirmed or not?
I think Judge Kavanaugh will defend himself very ably on Thursday. I believe that he will clear his name, and I think that the history, looking back on all of this, will be that Democrats tried some very outrageous and sleazy tactics to destroy a good man, and that they were ultimately unsuccessful.
All right, Stephen Aden with the Americans United for Life, thank you so much. Great to have you.